Hey everyone, it's Owen. I'm just making a quick video right now, and I'm going to be calling it episode 12.5 to address some things I missed and an issue that was brought up, or not an issue, but a mistake that I made that was brought up in the last video by one of the commenters. That was Radiohead 106, so thank you. But when I said in my last video that this loop, I believe this is all the same stuff that I had at the time, but this loop would reiterate 10,000 times. And the way of what I thought I had, it would, but what I actually had, it would not, seeing as I used the same variable, which was I. Now, because I used I, what would actually happen is this loop would run through, it'd start its first loop, and then it'd come into this nested loop in here, and I mean after it prints this out, it'd come in here, and then it would run this. But inside this loop, I would run up to 100 and then stop, which would actually stop this loop too because I use the same variables. Now, what I meant to do was use another variable like j or something. I just didn't quite, I wasn't entirely paying attention, which doesn't make this print out 10,000 times, but it makes the actual loop go 10,000 times. Now, if I compile this right now, you're going to notice it's not going to work, which is something I also forgot to address, which was the fact that you can initialize your variables inside of loops. For example, I just deleted int I, which I had before the loop, because what I'm going to do is come down inside my for loop, and in my initialization expression, I'm just going to type int, and then I equals 1. And I can do the same thing down here. And that'll if I do this, it'll compile, and that'll initialize my variables inside there. And the thing, now there is a difference between doing that and having int I appear like I had before, which is pretty important. If I were to use this int I and just have I, if I would delete that and just have I, this I can be used anywhere else in my code outside of this loop. However, if I were to delete that and just have int I appear, this variable I, can only be used for anything that's inside this for loop. Same thing goes with j. Now this j cannot be used with the outer for loop, of course, because it pertains only to this for loop. So the j can be used only in this one, and the I can be used both in this one and the inner for loop. So those are all the issues I wanted to address, so just a quick video. Again, thank you to Radiohead. Hopefully you guys can understand that, see my mistake, and thank you for watching.